Well, hello there, friends. It is Wednesday, May 16, 2018. It is noon. Don't worry, it's all tied back there. I've got a big old neckbeard ponytail, so I do apologize for the wind. But maybe it'll be like old times, I think this is where it all technically started, folks. This is where it all started. Basically, I think the very first video on my previous channel, Forever Alone Feels, was made here. So it's always funny to like when you haven't been somewhere for a long time and you go back and you just kind of sit down. It's just you kind of get flooded with memories a little bit, right? The bad thoughts you used to have here, the good thoughts you used to have here, etc. I think there's some pull-up bars nearby that I recall were not particularly good. They're either too high or too low. And the actual bars themselves, I remember, are very thin, so when you try to grab onto it, it like digs into your arms. Actually, it's hard to do anything on. They were great though if you have some gymnastics rings and want to hang them up, but yeah, so technically, well, it'll be in August. It will be 5 years. 5 years, I believe. Sorry for the noise. Besides the wind, there's a lot of construction and mowing, etc. going on, so there's no good way to really hold the camera. So yeah, it's hard to believe. Almost 5 years, and you also have pretty much nothing to show for it too, right? How little has truly changed. How little has truly changed. Sorry folks, the mower was getting a little bit close, so I figured it was probably best to shut off the camera, wait for them to finish what they were doing. But yeah, you kind of remember the good thoughts, the bad thoughts, the hopes and dreams that you had too, right? Oh, and there it picks up again. Well, maybe I'll just leave. This is basically the shitty part that I remember about trying to go to parks, is that it felt like no matter when you actually went, they were always mowing, and it took them forever to do it, despite having industrial grade mowers. It was just I just remember something peculiar about that. So no, are we done? Alright, no, it's fine. But yeah, some of the excitement and the hopes and whatever it is that you had in your your mind, and your thought process, that looking back now, it all seems kind of absurd, right? I mean, what was it? Things had kind of fallen apart 2012, 2013, and so it was just trying to find something and what am I gonna do with life, right? And so it just occurred to me as well, shit, man, I wanted to make YouTube in the past. It's well, if people are playing video games and making a living off of it on YouTube, then what's stopping me? And so you go ahead and do your own thing and just eventually run into the realities of things. But I at least just that excitement though, folks, as foolish as it was, that excitement I miss when you were actually excited for something that's just completely gone at this point. And to think that, you know, across the old channel and this one, if not 1,000 videos or over it, it's definitely close up to there. And hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of hours, I'm sure, of video, or thousands of hours, I don't know. You know, was it worth it? Was any of it worth doing? If I could go back and do it over again, would I have still created these videos? I don't know. Was it worth doing, folks? What point did any of it serve? It was a whole lot of complaining, moaning, bitching, whining. And 5 years later, 5 years later, nothing at all has changed, has it? Would I have been better off, worse off, the same? Who really knows? Can't take back any of it now, but the internet, folks, is no replacement for real life connections. Maybe it's somebody in your state or local area or something like that, but when the distance is very large, folks, it's just... it makes you realize how truly lonely you actually are. That, you know, you might be interacting with hundreds of people on the internet, but the reality is it's still not the same as actually interacting with people in the real world. But if you're a loner, if you're whatever, you don't really have those real life connections, and you don't even know how to establish them at this point. So it's, you know, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's but it's something that you consume but never really fills you up, sort of like sugar, you know. So I don't know, I guess that was just that random thought. But was any of this really worth doing, folks? And well, I mean, I can't blame anyone but myself for it, that I have basically nothing to show for the last 5 years. Other than, I'm sure, amusement for other people. Well, we'll leave it off there. Bye-bye. Alright, friends, this is just another little addendum. Sort of occurred to me that I probably did not explain it too well. You might be thinking, oh, what, in 5 years did you want to become a YouTube celebrity? No, I should clarify it. When I said nothing to show, or nothing has changed in 5 years, what I was talking about just in life in general. I had nothing to do with YouTube, any of this. I have no more desires or dreams of like being a YouTuber. I mean, I think we all know that when you're relying on somebody else's platform, I mean, on a whim they can decide to do whatever it is they want to do. So it's not I mean, what does everybody say? They took the U out of YouTube. So so I just wanted to clarify that. It's you could say that it's basically been the same day over and over for the past 5 years. Nothing technically even much longer than that. It's just one of those things I've never generally most of the change in my life has taken place due to external circumstances. You go to school, or you pick up a job and or like they promote you, whatever. It was never me actually working towards something myself. So you can blame this or that, blah blah blah. I mean, at the end of the day, I do hold myself responsible for a lot of my issues, so don't. Not even really sure where I'm going with this now, so. I do have to say that it's sort of funny is that people will tell you to be confident, and then when you're acting confident, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I think it takes quite a lot of confidence to approach two attractive women and ask if, tell them they're cute and ask if either are single. Is it the best way to do it? Maybe not, but hey, you gotta give me points, right? Yeah, idiot points. And when you do act confident, it's like, whoa, you're too fat to do that, man. Lose about 100 pounds, then you can think about approaching. So, sometimes you get the feeling people tell you things just to kind of be nice, to say something, but they don't actually expect you to do it. It's sometimes the impression I get. You're like, oh shit, he actually did it? Like, no, you have to wait more. Get down to 8% body fat, then you can approach. But at the end of the day, folks, who gives a fuck? It's probably over anyway.